Hello, Ray Phoenix here. Welcome to Let's Play Star Wars Battlefront II Part 1. This is the PS2 version of Star Wars Battlefront 2, because the best version of Star Wars Battlefront 2 I could get a hold of. This is by far one of the greatest Star Wars games ever made. It's just like the original Star Wars Battlefront, but it's even better. They added so many new gameplay mechanics into this game. They even added original stories. It's not just a simple retelling, like a loose retelling of all the movies, like what the original game was. This time around, we're actually treated to an original story, quite a well-written original story. So we have our iconic text crawl telling us the story of this game is Fall of the Old Republic. Looks like the Old Republic is falling. A shadow looms over the Republic. The Clone Wars have torn a rift across the galaxy, its populace weak in allegiance and resolve. Supreme Chancellor Palpatine has commissioned an elite division of clone troopers, the 501st Legion, to vanquish the Separatist threat once and for all. Their unwavering loyalty to the Chancellor, combined with the Republic's desperation to see an end to the war, has set the stage for the execution of Palpatine's ultimate plan. I wonder what his ultimate plan could be. Braving the frigid world of Megiddo, the 501st joins Jedi Master Ki-Adi-Mundi for the first of many crucial battles destined to shape the fate of the galaxy and the fate of George Lucas's bank account, since this game closely ties in with Star Wars Episode 3, this game came out the same year as Star Wars Episode 3, 2005, which was a big deal at the time. The first game came out Battlefront 1 came out before Star Wars Episode 3, so there was very little relevance to Episode 3 in the first Battlefront, but this one came out months after, so there's a lot of tie-ins with Episode 3 in this game, which is one of this game's biggest gimmicks.
In the waning months of the Clone Wars, the 501st faced missions critical to the agenda of Chancellor Palpatine. When we arrived at the bombed-out ruins of Megiddo, our Jedi commander believed we had been sent to take out a droid energy collector. What Ki-Adi-Mundi didn't know, however, was that our unit of the 501st was really after an experimental Megiddan power source that the Chancellor wanted for his super laser. Keeping Mundi in the dark wasn't easy. The Jedi had become increasingly wary of the Chancellor's doings, and were on the lookout for the slightest hint of treachery. Just like the rest of them, though, he never caught whiff of what was really going on, until it was far too late.
Yeah, they want us to think that we're liberating the planet Megiddo and we're taking that super laser the Separatists have for the greater good so we can save the galaxy. But really, Chancellor Palpatine doesn't want that super laser for the greater good. He wants it so we could build the Death Star, so we can destroy a lot of planets. So we're pitted against the battle droids this year, where the Republic are fighting against the Separatists and they have battle droids. These battle droids are pretty much useless against Jedi, because Jedi's lightsabers can slice through them like how a knife can cut through butter. Even George Lucas admitted once that these battle droids are pretty useless, but we're not Jedi, we're clones. We just have our blasters to use against the battle droids, and battle droids can actually be quite threatening to non-Jedi characters, which is exactly what we are right now. So Branch left having to capture these command posts, and something this game did that's actually more, original than what Battlefront 1 did, was Battlefront 1, the levels in the story mode was just simply, it's a battle, go against the enemy, destroy the enemy, that's it. But this time around, we're actually given specific objectives. Like right now, we're given an objective to take this command post, and blue is the color for our side, unlike green, which is what it was in the first game. There we capture the command post, now we're getting another objective, which is to destroy those turrets. Yeah, I do get specific objectives in this game, so it's actually taking advantage of what the American education system would want us to do, use our brains and actually, think more than just simply mindlessly destroy stuff, despite the fact we're constantly taught to just mindlessly do stuff in schools. Well, I guess this game kind of does, reflect on America's education system, like a lot of other games before that I've played before. So now this is something that this game introduced that the original Battlefront didn't have. You can actually play as the hero characters. You actually play as Jedi, not just simply fight alongside them like in the first game. You can play as Ki-Adi-Mundi, you can play as that guy with the long head, and uses his lightsaber to slash through droids like they're nothing. Yeah, droids just get killed easy. Just 2 hits and they're dead. That's not exactly realistic to how they were in the movies, because in the movies, they could just do a simple swift flick of the lightsaber and it would kill them off completely. But of course, no droids in any Star Wars game ever is completely accurate to the movie. Star Wars Episode 1 Jedi Power Battles is a lot like that. It took like 50 hits to kill a battle droid with a lightsaber in that game. If battle droids really were like that in real life, even if they were like that in this game would be impossible. they were like that in the movie, you know, the Jedi would have been killed off a long time ago if that's how battle droids were like. And our health works differently as a hero character. It slowly goes down over time, and we get it replenished by killing battle droids. Of course, Ki-Adi-Mundi is gonna leave because he is a wuss, like all the other heroes in this game. Most heroes in this game are complete total wusses. So the regular soldiers are the real heroes of this game, which that's how the game really is supposed to be. It's supposed to be with BB, the heroes, the regular soldiers, the underdog soldiers are the true heroes, which is what we're playing as right now, the clone troopers. They're supposed to be highly trained soldiers of the Republic, but of course, they're still pretty dumb and they get killed off pretty easy, and their armor is clearly useless. They get shot once or twice and they're dead, so their armor is, completely useless. Sometimes these battle droids are probably just as strong as the clone troopers in this game, so it's actually quite a great surprise actually the Republic is going to win this war, and that the droids don't win. Droids actually are the more logical winners of any war, because droids don't really have the same kind of logic we have. They're just pre-programmed to do what they're supposed to do. But we're clones, we're actually people that can think and act. Then again, some people call us disposable people, or some people say we pretty much are robots, which clones technically are robots, technically speaking, because they are just following orders. They just mindlessly do what they're told to do, even if it means getting themselves killed in a suicide mission, which is kind of what every mission in this game is, some sort of suicide mission. And there's more droids there. So now I have to do the laser we're trying to destroy, or not destroy, but the laser we're trying to get, it's inside there. It's inside that thing, a containment field, which is guarded by a ray shield. So you have to go find the ray shield generators and destroy them. The ray shield generators are actually quite weak. Just shoot them a couple times with a regular blaster and it's gone, and it's destroyed. And we have like a GPS built into our brains that tell us exactly where everything is. So the yellow arrows are pointed to where there's another ray shield generator there. Let's shoot that down. Shoot it a bunch of times with regular blasters, already pretty much destroyed now, and there. Now that the ray shield has been destroyed, we can now go inside and destroy the core, the energy collector core. Just use some few thermal detonators and that will destroy and they'll destroy it easier with a droideka in there, but I shot it. And it didn't activate its shield. Those droidekas are really a menace when they have their shields up, just like in the original Battlefront. There, we destroyed the core. Now we have to collect the core samples right now and bring it back to our ship, our Republic gunship. There, we collected it. And you can actually sprint in this game too, because it's really easy. It's much easier to get to places faster in this game because of sprinting. But again, sprinting doesn't do much a lot of the time either. This game is slightly, well sometimes, not always, but this game is slightly easier than the original Battlefront, simply because they added a lot more gameplay mechanics, like sprinting and hero characters and things like that. And they even added like power-ups and things like that, like award rifles, which are pretty much diamond-tipped blaster shots that really do a number against your enemies. And so we're heading for where the Republic gunship is that we're supposed to rendezvous with. And there was a video recently that came out that talked about like secrets of this game, and some people it said that your stamina doesn't automatically increase itself based just from starting off the game, which I proved out to be wrong a few days ago because I played for this game on the actual PS2, and the stamina does replenish itself by default, so whoever said that was full of crap. And so we've won victory. We've won this battle. The first level in the game, so of course it's going to be somewhat easy. I mean, most games have easy first levels.
The success of the mission on Megiddo was something of a revelation for the men of the 501st. Suddenly, we realized that the Jedi could be fooled. And if they could be fooled, they could be killed.
Yeah, there's a real strong sense of foreshadowing in this game. This is also the first Star Wars Battlefront game I ever played, but this was not the first version of the game that I played. The first version of the game I played was a PSP version, which I got for Christmas in 2008. I thought it was pretty good until I discovered this version of the game, which actually has a story.
It's been said that the 501st got the best of the war. We also got the worst. On Felucia, the Seps dug their metal heels into the muck of that alien hellhole and dared the Republic to come in after them. So we did, only to be met with the month after month of flesh-eating diseases, shrieking nocturnal predators, and other sights that haunt me to this day. Cut off and for all we knew, abandoned by our superiors. Our only hope was Ayla Secura, our Jedi commander. Without her iron will, none of us would have come out of that mess with our sanity. for our lives. When her death came, I hope it was quick. She earned that much.
PSP version's pretty much a scam compared to this version. It lacks a story and it lacks all the battlegrounds, which is exactly what we're doing right now. This level, Felicia is what it's called. This level's completely absent in the PSP version, same with a lot of other levels in this game. And there's no story mode in the PSP version, which some people don't really care. A lot of people don't really care about the story in this game. But it means like the main part of the game is the whole story mode, and the PSP version completely lacks that, as well as all the other planets and a lot of the hero characters. So this version is, like I said, the PSP version's a scam compared to this. I never wanted to play the PSP version again after I found out how much of a scam it is. Star Wars Battlefront Renegade Squadron on the PSP is a much better game than the PSP version of Star Wars Battlefront II. I think this version on the PS2 is better than Renegade Squadron. And the PC version is by far the most superior version of the game, because it has a lot of mods you can get for the game, and it has like huge, large battles that are impossible to do on game systems. But I've never been able to do that before because I've never owned the PC version of this game. I'm not even sure if it would work on the PC that I'm using for this right now, the HP laptop that I've used since 2021. Don't know if it would work. So I just play this version, the emulated version, which is somewhat buggy because it's being played on an emulator, and sometimes it goes into psychedelic textures, like broken, corrupt textures, as it's filled with nightmare fuel, stuff that's going to keep you up all night, every night. So we're going against these Accolade. These Accolade we saw in the Geonosis Arena, Obi-Wan cut one up with his lightsaber, and we can destroy these things easy just by using our blasters again, as always. The Clone Trooper's blaster really is an underrated weapon. It can do pretty much everything. I mostly use the standard, the regular clone soldier, the Clone Trooper, because it has a simple blaster which works very well, and it's good as like a versatile. It has a thermal detonator too, to destroy larger targets, larger powerful targets. So it's like a jack of all trades almost of the soldiers, the types of soldiers used. So we're going to guard this ATTE that's out of commission, but still has a lot of health left. And we have 2 minutes. You have to go around here, squad patrol it, and shoot down any droids that try to attack. There's an assault droid. We just killed that assault droid easy. Most of these droids don't even put much effort in destroying the ATT. You just run around in circles and oh, look at that. I'm out of blaster bullets. Well, it's a good thing that each soldier in this game has a generic standard blaster, like a regular, not the main rifle blaster, just a regular shot blaster, like a blaster that has unlimited ammo but can easily overheat, so it's mostly useless in most types of battles. So I'm just patrolling this. There's just a little more than a minute left. Just walk around, still has a lot of health. I bet I could do nothing and it would still, and it wouldn't get destroyed. Well, there was a way to speed up this emulator, like how RetroArch is the way you can speed up the emulators. I'm playing this on PCSX2. It's pretty good for most PS2 games, but this one doesn't always work the best on PCSX2. PCSX2 is not the best PS2, or at least it's the best one that I know of, but there probably are better emulators out there for PS2. But PS2 kind of is like the limit of what my computer is capable of emulating. So we got killed, which is good, because now we have a new refill of our blaster, so we can go and blast down more of these droids, more battle droids. And droids and droids. It's on Felicia. Felicia is kind of a strange planet. We only saw this planet for like a few seconds in Revenge of the Sith, and yet they make it a big part of this game. Same with Megiddo. We saw Megiddo for a little bit in Revenge of the Sith in just only a few seconds. They make it such a big part of this game. A lot of this game, because like I said, the biggest gimmick of this game was that it came out months after Revenge of the Sith. They really put a lot of Revenge of the Sith influence into this game, or stuff that directly pertains to Revenge of the Sith. Now we're playing as Ayla Secura. I think we saw her in the Geonosis Arena in Episode 2. We did see her for a little bit in Revenge of the Sith for only a few seconds, so naturally they make her a really big part of this game. We can just destroy the battle droids, and accidentally destroy the health regeneration thing. I think the first Battlefront had something like that too, the health regeneration. So there, you had to collect something and bring it back to the ATTE. Oh, now we have to destroy these turrets. These turrets are overly powerful, overly strong. You can only really destroy if you use a heavy trooper, using like one of those one of those, we call those bazooka things they use, and I'm gonna get killed by an acolyte. Ayla Secura is also a wuss, just like Kiadi-Mundi. She's probably a bigger wuss than Kiadi-Mundi. A lot of the Jedi in this game are wusses. No wonder why they get killed. Mr. Plinkett always stressed that, oh, the Jedi are just a bunch of dumb fools that think they're the smartest thing around, but really they're a bunch of hippies fighting a war that lacks a George Washington-like fear. Who is a George Washington of the Clone Wars anyways? Is it Yoda? Is it Chancellor Palpatine? And then our blaster doesn't really do much against those turrets. We pretty much have to use our thermal detonators, or grenades that they often call them. I think those are two different things in Star Wars, grenades and thermal detonators. I know I learned that terminology from playing the Phantom Menace video game on the PS1. Which apparently has become really popular in these recent years. There's been a lot of videos of that famous episode 1 game. It's becoming like a meme. Like the whole game is becoming a big meme, and my algorithms keep giving me videos on it all the time. The algorithms give me all sorts of bizarre stuff on my plate, but where would I be without algorithms? Without algorithms, I wouldn't really know much about YouTube videos much at all, so I guess I owe a lot to algorithms. That's kind of how I discovered Let's Plays in general, and why I do these Let's Plays now. If only the algorithms could work in my favor, which so far they never really did, considering the fact that my videos only get on average like maybe 10 views or so. Oh, you get 10,000 views on your videos? No, not 10,000 views. 10 views. 10 views? I can't calculate 10 views. Okay, I can only calculate 10,000 views. And so those turret things are going to be destroying our infantry. We're running really low, dangerously low. We only have 23 troops. I think the Republic could spare more reinforcements to this place. We're the Republic. We rule the galaxy. You think we could, give more clones? Or maybe clones are becoming an endangered species, which is why they're going to abandon them by the time the original trilogy starts. Abandon the clones because they're, an endangered species. I wonder if clone troopers ever get paid for what they do, if they ever get time off or anything like that. Or if they ever, like a union formed against them. The clones go on strike, they get killed a lot. That would have actually made a pretty good plot line in the Clone Wars TV show. I've seen every episode of that Star Wars, the Clone Wars TV show. I think that actually would have made a pretty good plot line. But no, they needed the clones so they could ultimately begin the Empire. So Emperor Palpatine's plan could fall into place, and George Lucas's bank account would love it too, because George Lucas could, have another way to make so much more money off these Star Wars movies that we've already seen tons of times over and over again. This classic Star Wars action that we're all accustomed to, because people like the familiar things. People like the familiar action we get from Star Wars, and this game definitely gives us that. Every Star Wars movie has had some sort of gunfight in it, right? Even right from the very beginning, they've had blaster battles and things like that right from the very start. And so this game still reflects in the fact that Star Wars really is about blasters and action, right? It's an assault droid. Assault droids are those kind of droids that have, they're kind of like the equivalent of the Republic engineer, the clone engineer. They have this blaster, it's really powerful at a close range, but from a far distance, it's not that great. So staying away from assault droids is, the best way to take them on, because their blasters aren't really useful for faraway targets. So there's a particle cannon turret up there, and look at that, it's got more than half her health blasted away from it. It's really easy to get killed, and the AI still sucks in this game. The AI is filled with people that have rusty nails for brains. They're not very useful. I'm not even sure if their blasts even do anything. They can't even capture command posts for you, help capture command posts, so they're pretty much completely useless. You might as well just be a one-man army. The Republic pretty much is a one-man army. They put their whole faith in their entire war on just one particular clone. Yeah, I'm trusting so much faith into one clone, an artificially created person, an artificially created soldier. And so this battle is another victory, yes, by a thin margin, but still a victory.
When the 501st was finally rotated out of Felucia, Ayla Secura made a point of seeing us off personally, calling us the bravest soldiers she had ever seen. It's a good thing we were wearing helmets, because none of us could bear to look her in the eye.
Yeah, so Felucia is definitely a win, and Ayla Secura has no idea what's coming for her. This is Ray Phoenix signing out.